Hold up, hold up. Hello gang. Sorry, morning. Just got the jug boiling. It will be ready in no time at all. So I did a bit of work. Namely, I've got the chat box thing working, which is incredible. And then there's also got these transitions. Watch this. It's midnight and I'm watching you 6th. And then look. Down at the down. Whoa! How fancy is that? And then now it's gonna get sick of it after a while. There's even like the little subscription alert boxes and the and all that stuff. Hello. Hi. No heaps of highs. Coffee's ready. What's up? Yeah, we're just going to continue what we did doing yesterday, I guess. That's probably the best way to do it. I don't know what else to stream, you know. Try streaming games, but it's like, oh, so many game streams online. So yeah, we could just start. Actually, I should open Visual Studio first, because yesterday that took forever. And now it's opening on the wrong screen. No, it's the right screen. What are you doing awake at 3 AM? It would be great if you make a MOBA-like game. It would be. Sorry, I need to make my own little theme music for that. Again, 3 AM, you should be in bed. I know how you feel. Whoops. MBDTF. Googling. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. The Kanye West album? Haven't heard it. Oh my. I know what DTF means. That's about it. Hold up, we'll get started with this, shall we? When last we left off. Dun dun dun. Sorry, I like it, and I got my little pixel art dude sitting there from like a previous, long previous game. Last time we had this horrible motor, little complex little thing. If you guys want me to start making a MOBA, I'll do it. It'll take long, and what's your thoughts on the game engine made by Amazon? I heard about that. I haven't exactly tried it yet. We don't know. If you want me to make a MOBA, I'll make a MOBA. I'll struggle to make one. But you see, the problems with going with these absurdly complex and things is that in a day you'll get very little done, and I don't think it's as entertaining to watch. But neither is making a wok with legs. Giving a wok legs. So there's that. Between yesterday's one, I was thinking, well, the physics type thing with this whole wok leg nonsense is going to get not complex. It's just really hard to think of a game mode that you want to be unique with the game modes and stuff like that. But yeah, well, whatever. Down for anything. I mean, we got physics working. Whoop-de-woo. And it still works the same as it was last time, doesn't it? Yeah. So we kind of got movement. But again, it's too hard to move and balance whatever you're putting on top. Which we were going to do with some fried vegetables going on here. What about making some suggested scripts, like a script for a winch and line renderer? For a winch, you mean winching, and use the line renderer as the rope? Hello, Master Gamer. Hopefully you sing true to your name. Well, let's think about this. If we continue down the path of the rusty wok, a car winch. You want to make a car winch? Or do you mean like just for the functions? So do the entire video about trying to get this one function done? Possible. Very possible. Right, it's been 10 minutes and we haven't done it. See, see, the idea is non-existent, Master Gamer. We honestly were just pissing around yesterday for 2 hours doing this silly little game of trying to get this wok thing to walk with legs. A recap about what you want to make. It's not about what I want to make, it's about what you guys want me to make. And somebody said a MOBA, and again, as cool as it would be to be able to create one, it's not exactly... It's feasible. Hello. Okay. So I recommend your suggestions coming up if we are going to do this wok game. Because I want to get one done at least in one day. That would be cool. I've done it before, but again without the pressures of having to look left and... How about the leg thing you got there can walk side to side catching things? Yeah? It's not impossible. You have an Instagram? Good on you. I tend to stay away from those things. Oh, okay, it manages to constrict. Try this again. So these are for the feet. What's your favourite meme at the moment? I don't know. I don't keep up with the memes. Relax, tense. Oh, you know what we could do? Hey, that's kind of working, actually. It's ridiculous, but it's kind of working. I like it. I like it a lot. Right. Just save that before we make any changes. Move through is equal to false, but then we need to do an else if. Only relax when you're not pressing anything. It could be called salad mixer. Also, I reckon the easiest to do thing is to make those casual, what do you call it, the click too much games. Throw a few ads on it, chuck it on the App Store. That's what everyone else does. Salad maker. Salad tosser. Lol, to show the progress on the game I was making. What type of game was it, dude? Toss in some tomato and cabbage sprites full down, which means we need to make the tomato and cabbage sprites. Which means we need to get back to old reliable. Make it like a drunk man trying to go home. A drunk man trying to go home and there's a wok in front of his junk. So I was thinking, actually I'll go back to the other screen because there was this character I made, it was in 3D. And I thought it was really good. It's down there on the bottom right. That one. And I thought it was actually a really cool little character. He's like a little fox character in there. And I enjoyed animating him. A fox with a coat on him. And I really wanted to turn that into that kind of, it's like 3D platformer. What we're trying to accomplish is nothing specific. How about that? So we're going to start doing like, to be honest, the goals for this was like make a game and you guys just choose what's going on and blah blah blah. But of course, one person always has to say make a MOBA. Oh, no, not there. And do the old flickaroo. That doesn't look like a cabbage. You could say it does kind of look like a cabbage. Just put some little shadows in there. No, it does. If you look at it. Oh, silly me. Sorry. And here we are. I don't know about you, but that's the finest looking cabbage I've seen today. So that's good. Yeah, I know. There you go. Looks like a green bean. I thought it looks pretty good. If you look at that top right image there, it kind of looks like, not like a salad, sorry, like a lettuce or a cabbage. And then we can go da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Catch the cabbage. Or a frog. Or a squashed pea. Come on, guys, I'm not that bad, am I? Look at that, it's beautiful. We'll call him Sir, what was it? Sir Fry. Sir Fry, our main character, and his sidekick, Frog Bean. Alright. We're gonna get through this quickly. Which I could have just clicked clear, but nope. Now we should make some tomatoes, or tomatoes, or however you say it. Look at that, very tomato-like. Oh, then it's lighter in the center, I believe. And then it's got these like yellow parts to it, if I'm not mistaken. Yellow. Maybe not that yellow. Lighter yellow. That's not yellow. Frog, love it! You can add animation that when it falls into the pan it becomes into more of a salad. Yeah, there's a few ways we can do that. Go with that. It kind of looks like a tomato. I think I need to make the sliders a bit more darker, or shade the bottom part there and do like one of these, you know. And delete that. That looks a little better than the cabbage. Well, if you look at it from a distance, kind of looks like a tomato. Kind of. If you do that. No, now it's too small on that side. There we go. Very cabbage-like. Not cabbage-like, tomato-like. Oh, what have we done? Maybe. Minecraft had ketchup, that'd be out for it. Woot woot! Let's download this bad boy then. Point filter 32. And so I like going with the non-compression because sometimes when you get those similar colors together, they really don't apply. Ooh, what's next? So much learned in the last two. Sure. Unless, of course, that was sarcasm, which it probably was. Learned about cabbages. You learned about tomatoes. Rice goes in a salad. Salad dressing. A big brown blob of You people. Or a pepperoni. Pepperoni, is that the... That's just pepper, ain't it? A little bit of onions, of course. But we don't want the salad to taste horrible, so we use red onions. So we've kind of got a purpley... maybe a bit too purple. Or so maybe it's slightly harder for people to understand what is specific to a breed of onion. Getting there, slightly lighter. Oh no, we're using that one. It does look like an onion, right? Best sprite so far. Maybe a little bit more depth, or maybe I'll ruin it. I like the other colour better. It's perfect. I could just do this to all the sprites we make. Looks good. And pickles. They've got different colours, but pickles are green. Oh, well, if you're thinking pickled like gherkins. Yeah, I know I'm doing it the long way. Before anyone says anything about it. Pickles are green. You can quote me on that. Should we just do like the pickle Rick type thing? Alright, maybe that's the wrong wrong shape. And get slightly lighter. Get really light. Shiny, shiny pickle. Oh, wrong one. That's right. Let me get the dark color back and around it. One color more. That looks pickle right. Pickle right. Carrots. Oh, goodness. Let's just do an entire live stream of making a pack for people, and we call it the Veggie Pixel Pack. Actually, we could just do that. Making vegetable pixel art for a good cause. And then we can do a game jam. We have to use the pixel art provided. Yeah, that would be cool. Just spend the next 3-4 hours making pixel art vegetables, zipping it up and saying, here, game jam time. Oh, actually no, I think that's conflicting with like the Blackthorn Prod and Brackies and all those people. Their game jam coming up soon. This means you guys won't have time for the old vegetable the vegetable game jam. You're down? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I'd say to close Unity. Oh, make it into a Unity package instead. How about that? Makes it easier for people, doesn't it? Maybe a little bit of meat for people that don't like veggies. Yes, and sugar. And then we can call it the, oh, what do you call it? The systemic gameplay vegetable game jam. For those of you guys that don't know, the systemic gameplay is when everything intertwines with each other, which means you can mix two things together sometimes, or however you like it. But I'll buy the nuts and chicken DLC. Yes. Should we do that? Oh, this is going to be so ridiculous. I love it. I love it. I just noticed that the pickle was a bit too big. Because if you look on the Unity window in comparison to the rest, that's a really big pickle. It's one humongous pickle. Okay, because we can clear it, right? Okay. Now we need to do, what was it? Carrots? Carrot. Orange-ish. I won't make it too big because it's going to have the stem on the end. Oh, we'll do one at a time, actually. Actually, I like those muffled colours a lot better. Go slightly darker, just slightly. No, not dark enough. Kind of looks pickly. Yeah, of course, green stem, of course. So I just want to keep the colours in the palette like quite close to one another. We'll do it dangling down, like in Bugs Bunny and those types of shows. I think it's that one that's throwing it off. This little pixel there. Now I have to do, let's fill that up. That carrot enough for you? So I'm trying to keep it within the same square so that yeah, you know what I mean. Kind of, it fits nicely. I do need to change the stream name. Nothing but making vegetables for 2 hours. 32. Save that quality, baby. Indeed. All right. What's next? Just start putting some code. No, we've changed our minds. We're now no longer doing game dev. We're creating assets for a game jam. Is that I'll buy the nuts and chicken and meat for people who don't like veggies. Alright, how do we make a steak? Raw steak. Kind of got that deep meaty colour, you know? Like, what? Down. And then, boom. Fish 2. Alright, we'll do fish next. Slightly darker around these areas. Maybe the outsides. It is meat. Only the finest hard-boiled eggs, fish. Alright. Oh, did it? Oh, I did too. Over here in the meat section. They actually look pretty good. Like, obviously the one thing out off is this what guys like yoink. Yeah, we could totally make some neat sound effects of this. Some hissing and some harring and some hoo-harring. Boom, 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 boom. Brilliant. What was next? Fish 2. Hard-boiled eggs. What did I just join into? Fish. What color of fish? Bluish? A bluish fish? Alright, let's go general shape. Something's off. Now it's too pointy. Add that curvature there. That's looking better. A bluish fish. Maybe a different shade, or maybe just a greener shade. Kind of like that for the head part. To be honest, I think with this fish it's just too many colours. Let's move the blue up here. Let me just go with the darker eye. That looks better. Ever so slightly. It looks a lot more like a fish than we had hoped for. It's like kind of like, anyone watch those Bob Ross streams on Twitch? Oh, they were amazing. Fish, what was next? Hard-boiled eggs. We could just make eggs. Cream still not bad, just as fish. Fish have already too bad. What's that mean? What are I just trying to do? Is this walk simulator you're creating? Nice. We're gonna just draw a happy little carrot. Oh yeah. And we got this fish and just beat the devil out of it. There we go. What was next was eggs. Eggs. Eggs are not pink. Oh, can't even see it. Orangish yellowish, like that. Draw a convincing egg. No, that is. Oh no, because the curvature comes down, so this would need to be split like there. And then when it comes down, it gets wrong. It gets wider. And then no, that looks kind of wrong. It looks wrong when it's big, but the little image on the right looks fine. I think it's because the shadow's actually a bit screwed up. Alright, we'll fix it. Because it would be around, so you follow curvature like that. And get rid of these ones. Software? Oh, this is just the Pixel Art online. It's just called Pixel Art with 2 I's. Like Pixilart. Not the best pixel artist, but that's part of the challenge. eggs. It does, yeah, it kind of looks like an egg. Well, you can tell what it is. It looks like an onion, actually. Alright. What's next? Photo sauce, 32 minutes. We got the eggs, we got the fish. I'm just gonna wait. Wait for you guys to mention something. Ooh, coffee. Can't really fry coffee, but what if we did a game where you buy all these ingredients and the wok is purely there to cook? And then you could do and then it could be about sales. But everything's cooked in the rusty rock. A rusty rock. Rusty wok. Oi. Let's go for colour for inspiration here. What's a brown vegetable? A potato. Make it like Overcooked Mobile Edition. I don't think a potato is that brown. Oh, there's a dithering tool. I like it. Oh, that is nuts. Well, we'll try it with this anyway. Oh, wrong. Wrong way. This side up, so then you go out a bit and then back down here. Then that side would be slightly darker. And then we go slightly lighter. Kind of looks like a potato. I'm pretty sure that's not the right color for a potato, but to be honest, that's quite a nice tool. Stamps tool. Oh right, if you right click it lightens it. Yeah, it darkens it. Oh, it does darken the outside, so you don't want that. Oh, now we could have shaded like all the other stuff. And come in. Hey, sup? Because this one's got way more colors than our other root vegetables. I don't know, have we even made a root vegetable yet? Maybe not. That even looks like a potato, it's brilliant. Fresh pickle, oversized pickle. 8 tomatoes. Because if we're still making the stir fry game, yeah, I like it. I like it. 2D pixel art game, good. I think we go with one more ingredient and then make it so that you choose what you add to certain stir fry. Kind of like yeah, you can do the orders. Pretty much Overcooked. 2D version, mobile version, you say? That would be nice. Then we don't need to use physics and we can get rid of this this pot with thighs. Oh, I guess you do need to use physics if it's falling. Alright. One more vegetable, I promise. What is eggs, rice? We could just make a bean. Something like that. Get rid of that one. That's pretty much there. Darken that side a little bit. Okay, I want to add another color. I don't know what stems would be. Yeah? Oh, wrong. One really light, one really dark. What we do it like that. Or we don't do that at all. That's nice. Green beans. Perfection. There we go. Vegetables are done. Sip. Right, now control menu, we don't need movement anymore. Undo that action, yeah, sure. Our control script doesn't mean anything either. Now we're going to go to our menu script here. Adjust this. Ooh, baby. New state, so 2. We're just going to go with in game. Activate fun is going to be our start menu. This is main switch, public void. That is pretty much there. I'm going to have a wee bit of an animation. I could check this panel up. Rusty Walk Simulator. Get out of here. This is Rusty Rock Simulator. Vegetable edition. We'll just go start. Cook. Actually, we should probably make a button and stuff like that. It will be sliced this, so I want it to be like wrong color. Oh, if we do it, what? Oh no, actually, no. So you want it like a light grey. That. I think, okay, we'll just go to 2 pixels wide. And then fill the center with white, and then we can change that to whatever we want. Download, okay. That is 32. That's point filtered, none. Accept, go to the button. Go to the button. Drag and drop that sprite, and then set it to sliced. Oh, it hasn't been sliced yet. Let's see. Do. What's that? 1, 2, 3. So be 3 from the side. 3, 3. Oh, not 33. No, 3. No. Wait, what? Yep. Apply that bad boy. Oh, kind of looks right. 500. And then we can set the pixels per. Oh, wow. 2.8. Try that. See what it looks like at 100%. No, 2.5. Yeah. Set that the same as that. Cook! What's the 9th fruit? That's a potato. But yeah, kind of like poop. Hey Josh, I'm doing well. Yourself? It sounded condescending. Yourself? Pretty good, thanks. Good on you, man. We can just go for like that. What color says? You know what? Green looks nice. But then I also saw a theory that colors look nice depending on their backgrounds. Which is blatantly obvious sometimes, but it's sorry, text. We got Rusty Rock here, and hold see the option here. Vegetable edition. I like it. Of course, we need to change that to that text or the light colored text. Nope, can't see that. The dark text. The dark text it is. We can pretty it up later. And now we want to make manager. Menu Windows 3. This is window 1, so this is panel 1. Main menu. What was the other ones? Then we got an options menu, which nobody cares about, and then you got the in-game menu. So, in-game menu will need to create another panel. UI panel. And we'll keep it as that. Is this a 2D sim? Yeah, kind of. I'm just gonna put some text here to say in-game. It's, well, the idea I've kind of come across, and I know it's not what people said, which is, I'm sorry. So you ask people for their opinion and then you say, nope, I'm making my own thing. With that main menu, should make it look more like a menu from a restaurant. Oh, see, now that is thinking for the design aspect. We'll get into that eventually. But currently, I just got to make another panel on the previous panel, and then run this alignment thing so it's from the top center, no, top center stretched, and its height can be 200 maybe? Ah, it needs to be from 0. No, it needs to be from 1, 0, and 200 would be, I mean, it could be all good. Like that green. Because if we're going to go with the menu theme, then the whole thing needs to kind of fit with each other. That's a bit different, ain't it? This top part is just to help me know what's going on. 20, oh, negative 20. Negative 20, right 20, left 20. It's nice and aligned, ain't it? And then this in-game text, which we should have centered, and then aligned by geometry, and then we can go and make it that color. So maybe I won't have the pixelated text in there, I'll just have stuff like you know what I mean, the cursive writing. Design is the one thing I was good at. I could never get my head fully around coding. It's all good, neither can I, even now. I still don't know what on earth I'm doing. 3.5. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice. Very good. Fill center. What do I do? Ah. Well, that case. Also, is everything that's going to be cooked vegetables? No, we've got a couple of meats in there. For those who don't like vegetables. We've got some fish and some, I'm saying, generic looking steak. Man, this is going to be weird. Let's get to the panel. Maybe we should make all of it like that color. That color in there. This is going to be in-game panel, and this one's going to be menu text is I'm actually going to copy that, Control D, chuck it in there, and I get rid of this. Oh, my stomach is rumbling. Button says to cook. This menu says different. Even the button style here is all wrong now. It could just be a description. Great fancy wok wok dishes for fancy customers. There you go, little description there. Perfection. The fanciest wok dishes for the fanciest customers. I had a fun idea, but if it's got meat and fish, that wouldn't work, as you could have had like a vegan thing, a really limited menu. A limited menu that you have to expand, or I guess you could create your own menu. That would be the difficulty level, wouldn't it? You have to let things cook. Yeah. Ah, ooh. Dude, you really gotta drop an announcement on the server when you start streaming. I'm not, honestly... Oh, it's Hoovy. Hey, man. Honestly, I don't mind about the amount of people watching. I'm doing it for just, you know... We have people who find it, people who don't, it's all good. It's just a fun little thing. If I wasn't doing this, I'd probably just be pissing around, so it does kind of keep me in the loop. But some of us want to watch. Thankfully, this one channel I have notifications on, so I see when you're live. One notification squad person. Oh, right, and I also have the Discord server thingy there. But, okay, Discord also says streamer mode is enabled. Isn't that show when you're streaming? I guess not. Hey Brian, how you doing? Sorry, I got distracted with Discord. That's what I had to do. Alright, what's next? Well, we need to make this button work. So we should put the button, and within there, come on now. We go on click, run the event, manager, menu, activate fun. Menu panel, manager panel. Hi Taylor, live stream every day. Cool. I've been doing it for the last 3 days. First one was Minecraft, second one was making the weird leg thingy, and now we're going to make the actual Rusty Wok game called Wok Wok. What wok you want? So, and I don't think we're actually going to go with an options menu. How many options do people need? We can just have them on the top. Turn sound on, turn sound off. just have that as set to 2. And this should work in theory. Switch state. So on start. Oh. So we go switch state on start to 0. Then activate fun, switch state, oh, not switch. Switch state to 1. That's the modular, so we can add a million different windows if we want, or menu panels, or whatever you want to call it. Let's give them a try. Cook. Yeah. Alright, well, we're getting there. Kind of works. I'm okay, thanks. Brian? What? No, I said walk. All the options. Options are optional. Sound brightness. That's all I can really think of. Well, the brightness is adjusted by the phone's, what will you say, the phone's drop down options. Sorry, the brightness. The volume can also be controlled by that, but I think you just need a mute button in case people are listening to music or whatever. I need Photoshop and everything again. Yay for a new, better PC, but I hate not having my old SSD as it broke. I thought SSDs were never meant to break. People say they were so good. These things aren't meant to be destroyed. Great fancy wok dishes, fancy custom. And that was in-game. Okay. So the in-game panel also shows that background. Actually, I'm going to set that to fully transparent. And then, how does the actual game go? We'll need I'm back. I fried my SSD when my PC set. Your PC set on fire? My toaster set on fire the other day. But your PC set on fire? That you could say I put it on the wok. I need to make a remix, a wok remix for this. What are we going to do with these sprites? Do you reckon we have them separated as buttons, or you get, oh no. That kind of works. Okay, sorry, I was just more conveyor belt type stuff. Just let me think. Yeah, I was without a PC for 8 months, which sucks. But I've still had my Xbox for all my gaming needs. What about all your game dev needs? So I'm trying to think how to use these blinking icons now. Oh, way off. Game dev is why we have PCs. Oy. Could go to the in-game panel and have so we can have a grid of buttons. I like that. With a panel in it. Sorry, this is just for visualization. You have a panel, then you create, I think you do the grid layout group. Cell size 100 by 100. Yeah, why not? And then everything underneath it, I believe, image grids itself. Yeah, okay. Test onion. That's a bit too small, ain't it? We've got 100, we'll go. Actually, we should probably do the button first. So we have that doing that. Okay, now those are too big. 200 by 200. And then within a child of that, boop-a-doop-a-doo. We can add the, that's fine. Onions. Start going upper left, horizontal. Constraints upper left, spacing, so we go 20. How do we do, oh it's padding, sorry, left you want 20, top you want 20, right you want 20, bottom you want 20. Oh Christ. So save up for a standard $375 budget gaming PC on eBay. I'm assuming that's US because there's no way you can buy a gaming PC here for that. I've not finished any game I've started. I kind of gave up on actually making them, so now mostly test games for Des, as I am very good at breaking games. Well, we have one tester. Are you going to release this game, or is it just for training purposes? I don't know. If it works out, it works out. That's what I have, and I've been just upgrading parts little by little. I mean, I paid $800 for mine, but my friend built it last year for $1,800. Oh, that's pounds. That's still a lot. It's like triple what ours are worth. That's a lot of money. So I mean, I got a sick deal. Nice. Just took me 6 months to buy as I got into a relationship and we'd be doing a lot of stuff that costs money. Ah, yes. The most expensive commodity there is. What size was the main cell? 200 by 200. And I say in-game units because it's not exactly. I'm just going to rename that slot. And then we're going to go create an icon. And then we are going to also create some text. Sorry, I'm mixed between reading and some text here. And we'll make it upper left. Boom. With a number, let's say 12. We have 12 of what is here. Number, geometry, and best fit, I guess. Maybe a bit hard to see on a top left, no. Middle. A little too small for the frame. You can't even buy a gaming PC in the US for $375. You can, lol. Search i5 gaming PC on eBay. Get some good PCs for around $500 nowadays as people are building them more and more, like companies. But that graphics cards are extremely expensive. Okay, so we have negative 50, negative 50, negative 50, negative 50. Is that better? It's still slightly off center, but that's because we we didn't max the frame up or get it at the max size. I think the way that you guys can see it, actually no, that looked okay, right? That didn't look too bad. So I was just looking at it on your screen, it looks really nice on that screen. Horrible. I guess we could take the, no. Take a really deep red. See, I'm not exactly a fan of this button here. There's a panel behind it, ain't it? Make it invisible. That's... The area sort of looks like the Japanese flag. Sort of. Wrong colours. XPS is not great and powerful. They still have... I mean, it looks decent. It needs to be nudged a little bit to the right. Yeah, just a wee bit. Can we... I mean, if all the icons are unique, no, because they all need to be. It's going to be modular, which means I've screwed up already. Ooh. You know what we could do? Go to Sprite Editor and just slice it. No, that's way too big. 0, 0, 0, 0. There you go, a nice scented onion. Do you think we should have the text in the center or the text on the outside? Or maybe have the text underneath. To the right? Top. Underneath doesn't look too bad. What we could do, slot, icon, text. I'm gonna duplicate that for a second. Delete, delete, and move that into there. Slot is gonna be money. Oh, not money. Amount. You can put it underneath. Then separate it like that. Make it 50. 100 is too big. Alright, so 70. There. Make that text slightly smaller and centered. And then also copy the in-game amounts. That looks nice. Oh, wrong one. Text goes underneath amount. So we make that position would be 0, 0. Width would be, actually we could stretch it out so it's 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting to read. It's good to see you posting again. Keep it up, boss. Posting in a way. 1050 Ti for 400 at Walmart. Check the site often and local source of deals. Underneath makes more sense as the menu. The prices for things are either above or below the items for sale. Yeah. Yeah. Is it me or is this font we got not a good quality? It doesn't feel like a pixely font. Dynamic Unicode? Oh. No, hold on, you're supposed to go up. Oh, my text disappeared. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It does look blurry, doesn't it? Well, in comparison to, look at that crisp onion. Now these pixels look all blurry. It's not dynamic, is it Unicode? Come on. Alright, we'll set this to 100 and it's going to... I know it's one of these options. Oh! There we go. How do pixels look blurry? That's what confuses me. The font looks on the screen on the right. Does game do your full-time job? Nah. You can only pray. Hopes and dreams. What I'm curious about is what happens when we get to the next row. Dum dum. Yeah, okay. So panels, gonna need to do the old extender. Why are you doing that? Make the spacing slightly wider. That looks right. Can go DD, DDD. It looks right. The only, once again, the only issues with this is that it's slightly unaligned. I still love the 2 third frame animation on loop at the bottom. Oh, he's trying to say third. Something thirds. Do you have any advice for people starting a game company? I haven't done it myself, so probably not the right person to start that type of stuff. In fact, I've made very little money from video games. The only thing I've made a lot of money from is the YouTube channel. That's if you want it, what that involves video games, you could say. Start axis horizontal. I want to upper center. Hey, there you go. Fixed column count, fixed column row. That looks pretty good. I like it. Hey! Hey, hey, hey. This is only supported for dynamic fonts. Font pixel area is not dynamic. Oh, it doesn't need to be dynamic in order to... Oh. It doesn't need to be smooth, but it does need to be dynamic. I guess you could say that that's... It's still blurry. So this is going to be your menu panel. And these will be slots, so I need to save. I'll just make a resources folder real quick, sorry. Save that in there, that's going to be inventory panel. And that's going to be title panel. Hey, just tune back in. What you have done so far? What have you done so far? Well, we just made a bunch of vegetables, and then we're making an inventory panel so that you can choose what ingredients you want to put inside the Wocky Woks. To be honest, it's really hard to get noticed as an indie company or dev these days, so making a YouTube channel to stream and put videos on makes you more money as people find it interesting. Oh, yeah. I think I might I think I might get back into game dev. Watching you is making me miss creating things. Also, be right back. Awesome. No, that's awesome. Yeah. Keep making. I don't know. Use it as your own little pastime. Now I'm going to need another script, and this is just going to be like a holder. I heard of better ways to do this. Slot handler. So always better ways to do it. Maybe try like do a game with your community. That's what we tried to do yesterday, and it turned out to be a wok with legs. Could be fun. Yeah, it will be. I mean, you guys picked the vegetables. You saying vegetables reminded me I need to fix my kamikaze carrots in my roguelike. Wait, our wok doesn't have legs anymore. I want my money back. Well, I can always put the legs. Look, don't worry, there's still legs. There's still legs. Flip those square, let's take a look at this. I need to do slot handler, and all this needs to hold really is public amount. Hold it. Don't need you, we don't need you. Unity engine.txt. UI. Sorry. It's got its icon and the amount, and that's really all it needs. And then we can go void. Sorry. Do you think learning C# is hard? Well, it took me a while to get the hang of it. But once again, and I'll say this every time, so I'm not the best. And never will be. I'm not exactly. You shouldn't be learning from watching me because the way I do things is very makeshift. If that helps. Why has that disappeared? Oh, it's image, not sprite render. Sorry. Sorry, it's really hard to do both at the same time, or just to talk, which is, no, you're in the zone here. So first of all, we're going to inventory need refresh. Okay, wait, we need quite a few things. Actually, I'll make that public. We're going to need to create a scriptable object. And then we're going to need to do it for each of the fruits, and then your amounts can be saved some way. Food. That'll do. Oh, come on now. Food, we don't need that. Oh, no, we do need that. Scriptable object. Doesn't need start, doesn't need that. Is this about helmets? C# is a harder language than most, but not by much. Is this about helmets? No, those are onions. C# is pretty simple to use compared to C. There are some really good tutorials, I'm assuming you mean, and guides on YouTube and forums from people to learn from. I think C# is one of the coolest. Like, I've typed every problem you have, you just type in your problem and it spits out some guy who has made a million solutions for it, and it's really good. If I remember, before we were able to use JS and Unity, yep. Lucky that died out. The reason is, like, you had JavaScript and you had C#, and then you had something called Boost script, or was it Unity script, something like that. And back in the day, JavaScript was just so messy, it's really hard to think, you know. But hey, C# prospered. There's some really good tutorial. How high specs do you think I need to start using Unity 2019, Blender 2.8, and Substance Painter? Not much. Anyway, I should have to bed soon. I'm getting very tired. Alright, good night, Josh. Thanks for coming on, man. Okay, food. Where were we? We need a few things. Public int ID. Public. Let's Important. Oops. Got the exclamations. Public string. Item name. Public sprite. Item icon. I love to use that. You don't need a super high-end computer to use them, but a higher-end PC helps if you want to make highly detailed models. Yeah. What else? Should we have like a pleasant level? Pleasantness. Keep that between 1 and 100. We could have what was I gonna do? Cook time, that's it. Public float cook time. And okay, because if they're gonna come down, oh man. Okay, my coffee's getting cold. My coffee is getting cold. Naming variables the most difficult thing on software development. Hold up. Let's just do your switcherino. Where are you? Naming variables is the most difficult thing in software development. Just name them whatever, as long as you know what they mean. What's hard is when you have millions of them. And I noticed this when I was making my, I'd say my game to end all games. You really do get lost, and then you start using the same variable names, and that's never a good idea. So actually I agree with you, Brian. Yeah, it's incredibly difficult. What's the game about? Huh? Could be anything. This is how I done. If you guys remember, like all those small apps I did, you just go into it with no idea whatsoever, and eventually one just pops out, and then you made something, at least. But yeah, that's how the game jam stuff works as well, which is pretty cool. But yeah. Sorry, why did I go to this screen? Because I want to show off that I have these cool transitions. Oh goodness. It's cool to do that. But I guess you can't do it all the time or else it loses its awesomeness. Food. Okay, so we just need cook time, and that should be fine. Now within our inventory handler, we're going to need to create a public list. Ah. No. What is it? System dot. And a Cannot lie. Dark Collections? Is it under? I swear to God, it's not one of these. Or do you have to go do it in an array? Sorry, my mind's going lost now. It's been nearly 2 hours. I could just use the microwave. Heat this back up. What do you think, boys? What do you think? Alt D on the error. I'll never use Alt D. Alright. No, it's not an error, it's just, why is the list capital? No, small. Forgot how to do lists. What are they called? Someone help. Hello, Tim. You know what? That's what it is. Dot generic. There you are. Why do I have to be such a fool? Why do I have to Google? Collections.generic. Thank you, Pirelli. See, that's what I need. I need backup. Gonna back me up, and it's gonna go on food. So what do we call this? Inventory. It's hard to just call it inventory. Actually, we'll just call it inventory. Equal to new list food. Cool thing about it is that you can take the length, and then no, right, because we need to limit. We need to limit the inventory length. Or do we? Dun, 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 dun. Trying to make a list here, you're missing that. Thank you, Hooves. I'll steal your game. Go for it. I noticed you, man, with the groinal jugular. Oh, we're gonna save this. Alright, I may be back. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Because then we got all the IDs. What can we do it by? ID or by string? Either way wouldn't really matter. It's just... Yeah, okay, hold up. I'm gonna go heat up a coffee and grab some food and bring it back. Because I haven't eaten. It's 11:45. No, I'm just hungry. Add item, food, start. Sorry. Oh no, because you need a new. We could save it onto an array. I mean, a list is a kind of array, ain't it? Oh. Maybe you should have a mechanic where people eat the salad or food when you make and rate a food. Yeah, of course. We'll do little animations of people coming up and just. Another day of running tons of cables for robots and wiring panels. Nice to watch this. Alright. I'm taking a little snacks. Because then we gotta do checks. Hold up. Check. We want to return. No. No wait. Should do a check here. We'll make it return something later. Sorry, check for. Sorry, I know I'm naming them all the same thing, but it does make it a lot easier. It's relaxing to watch. Running cables is not. It sounds fun though if you're working with robotics. Sorry, in robotics, but I have a feeling it's not the robotics that people know and would love to be in. So for int I is equal. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, yesterday somebody taught me this. For tab. And it's inventory dot length dot count. As long as I is less than, should we do the 4 or 4 each? Oh, we should probably do it. inventory is greater than this should be a bool. Oh no, that's the wrong way. Else return I think I'm just gonna go for each. 50 in inventory. False. And then within that, go if fd.id is equal to food exists is equal to true, and then after all of that exists. Ugh. That's simple enough. Return if exists, return true. Else return false. It is ID rather program human machine interfaces for those who don't know, and PLCs then run cable with 50 wires, each wiring being 8 gauge. That's a thick wire. It's a very thick wire. Yep. So check for existing items. That's what she said. Thick wire, Hooves. That's some fancy code. Hey James, I remember you. And I'll say no more. But I remember you. How's Aussie coming? Exist, return true, else return false. So we go this when we add item. We do a if check for existing item and put the food there. Tyler's sitting next to me. Hey Tyler, yeah, you know, I just like finally got decent internet. So we started streaming. Return exists. Ah, thanks. Makes it easier. If checks for existing charge returns food, then that means we need to make a check else. Are there extra parameters you can do there? If it already exists, we want to do inventory dot food item. Continue, add a new one there. Then we need to find it again. You go at what count? But it only happens if always is for food IDs equal to because it should only happen once. Return. Alright. So since the game has changed from our wonderful idea from yesterday to whatever this is, I assume you're just cooking food for people. Yeah. I thought yesterday's idea was good. Oh yeah, this doesn't work. This does not work. Inflows is equal to 0. The thing is, this is going to bug out, and then people are going to be able to take whatever's in the first slot and just multiply it if it doesn't exist. Yesterday's idea was the best. Yesterday's idea was ridiculous. Come on now, dude. God. Pos is equal to I. And come down here and return pos. Was this? That's why it was the best. We can keep doing it, Hoax, if you want. I mean, ultimately, this doesn't change anything. We're just making an inventory system, which a walking wok can have. You know. Except I'm thinking, instead of making it physics-based, you make it. We just animate the walking, and then your priorities will just be shifted into something else. You might want to rename get existing number to get existing index. You're right. Thank you. Sorry. Yes, get existing number to get existing, or better, last index of. Nah, I'll stick with get existing index. It sounds too formal, last index of. And can't you even get last index of? Huh. So you're saying my check up here is, if it doesn't find an item, it will return the first index of the list. I missed half of what you said because my browser took a crap, but what I heard sounds good. If it doesn't find an item, it will return the first index of the list. Yeah, I know that, but the only time it would do it is if it has found the item from the check for existing item. So it's kind of like, it's not a fail safe, it would just never go to that second method if it doesn't get the first method. You can use existing methods if you overwrite the equals method, I guess. You can use the existing methods if you overwrite the equals method. What do you mean? existing equals contains index. You can do contains actually, you're right. Oh, Christ. See, every time I do this dot contains so you're telling me we've just replaced this entire thing here. There we go. I feel like it wouldn't work. Don't know why. In the current version, replace inventory position equals 0 by input easily display. If not contained, you can see that by the return value. What we could, I was trying to think, is there a way to like do both of these? Hold up. You're right, but then it will error if it comes back, which it never should anyway. So, yeah. And here it should be check for existing food item. If it does exist, then we go get existing index of food once again. And we're gonna go, that's gonna be in those two, inventory, food, dot, and then it would be amount. Oh, we haven't got anything to hold the amount. Can you do like the multiple one? No. You should be able to. Right. What do you call it? The 2D. God, I'm tired. Oh dear Lord. Oh, hold up, here we go. If not contained, you can see that by the return value. So anything with a 0 inventory, get existing food. I'm really... Probably compares two items, food A and food B, by doing something similar to food A dot equals food B. By default, this method only returns true if these are the same objects. Are you saying they're not the same objects if you just... Inventory it's nice. For it to work, you need to implement food.equals specifically. You need to override it. So what I was doing with the IDs was right, or I thought that that was right. Well, no, sorry, I thought that that would work. Hold up, I need to make a scene that says "Let me think." And override. Food. Food override public bool equals object. Man, you're confusing me, Sir Keldor. Oh, stop saying all these complex things. Okay, just tell me it's gonna be alright and it will work. So you can even assign it. The error only says you're not assigning the return value to anything but food. My food equals. Hello Taylor, how have you been, dude? Missed your videos. Just joined the stream. What do you have so far? Well, right now I'm being bested by 2 of you guys, so. Well, not bested, just like you guys seem to know it's. You guys seem to know the perfect method of doing this thing. I know one I've done before, and that would be for doing it specific to it. What? Okay, how about this? Right? How about this? Create an amount on all the food items, and because they're not going to be saved as more than one item ever, because they were just going to pile onto the amount. So you just create, literally, done. And just add to the amount of that. And if you're trying to compare the two, I don't understand why you can't just use the IDs. There's always a bigger fish, I mean better programmer. Oh yeah. This is one of the things that I'm not good at is programming properly. Like the way I do it is very makeshifty, and I do it the way that I understand rather than the way that's, you know, the most efficient. But yeah. I describe my programming as banging rocks together to make code. I'll join you on this venture, man. Just beating it with a rock and hoping it will all turn out nice. Alright, I'm just going to do it my way. Okay, wait. Only just for now, food is a scriptable object. If you don't assign the same ID to multiple instances, you can use list.contains directly. I knew it! See, yeah. Oh. Whew. Perfect. Now, how do we save amounts of each? I reckon you could save it on the actual scriptable object. Get existing index, food, blah blah blah. Food, and then because you need to have the actually hold on. Index is equal to get existing index food. It should never go past, but there'll be moments where it will, because somebody will find a way to just ruin it. There's an index dot, and then I need to do a hold on, I'm just going to Google it real quick. Because we could just do it with the scriptable object, but I know that something weird about scriptable objects is that you change one and it changes them all. It's a single player game though. Even if it was multiplayer, that wouldn't apply, so I don't know why I just said that. But like if you come back into the game, the scriptable object saves itself as long as the amount is always set to no. That's only if it's a public variable, ain't it? So Generic types which requires one type of argument. I'm offline now. Good luck on your game dev adventures tonight. Thank you for your help, dude. Well, the help I didn't understand, but still, thank you for your help. All I want to do is create one with two arguments in it. Because I would have thought you can just do that. Really? That's cool, it gives you the solution to all that type of stuff, sorry. Use a dictionary. It's getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Is this an issue? What did you try to achieve by doing this? I guess you want to store food and an amount for this food, right? A dictionary might help. Dictionaries are more complicated than the bloody thing themselves. It says you can create your own list class. A dictionary might help. Thank you, Sakaldor. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. But I feel like I need a nap. You just go straight. Key and value. Nope. Because then you want all the other options for it. If they have like two. God, this is difficult. It should be fine. Food is the key and type of the int and the value. So wait, you can have a key that's not a string? I did not know that. Can't use a list because you also need to save the amount, and I was saying it's like you can save the amount on the scriptable object like I've done here, but then it would change it for like in its entirety. It will change it, which means that if you ever reload the game, it's going to be the same amount as it was last time. No, that's not true. You could as well use the ID as string, which might actually be better. Why can't we use two lists? You can use two lists. See, that's just another way of knowing. I want to do better at this. Oh no, because they'll never be matched up, will they? Because then if you want to remove one, you have to remove it from both. It'd be a lot easier if you didn't have to. I think I might just do the new class actually, where you can make your list with two of them. Well, okay, so we have three ways that we're going with, and then a dictionary. Yeah, there's the same ID for the items in both lists. Yes, but if you remove an item from one list, you have to remove it from the other. And then if you ever want to sort the items out, they're going to be sorted out differently, which means So, for example, if we wanted to sort food in alphabetical order or numerical order for the amounts, because they're separated, it's going to be really hard to do because you're going to need to repeat the same thing for both of them. I think he's right. I have to use a dictionary. I hate dictionaries. I don't use them often. And easy access and no match. Does that mean that if you create a oh. How the hell do you state that? Oh no, because it's already on there. And wait, so it's easy access and they are matched. Could you add a reference ID to use for the sorting? No, I don't mean sorting them by ID. I mean sorting them like you sort them alphabetically or by value, like what you have most of. If there were sorting buttons that you wanted to add to it, you could use one list and for each element put something like food 3. It's funny because that's exactly how I would used to do stuff. You just have a string and then you separate the numbers from the letters, and then if you want to put numbers in the in the name of something for whatever reason, it doesn't work. And so like keeping it modular is really good. We don't need this either. I'll leave it there. So if I was to, sorry, I don't even know. Oh, right, sorry. Oh, well. Contains key. Alright, so we do everything relatively similar. Dot contains key food. Can you convert into food? So how do you get, you need inventory.index. No, you can't get the index. You see, this is territory I haven't gone to before. Well, I have used it once or twice. And separate when needed. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not trying to add, hold up. I'm trying to get my head around this fucking thing. Food.3 cast the element into the child list and separate them by checking for the period. That is one way to do it. So inventory.keys index. Oh! Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Oh, wait, even that doesn't work. Don't turn expression. Oh wait, does it need to be in something? No, it cannot be because why is it? It doesn't treat it like an array. Okay, so you can do keys.count. That's pretty good. Because this food.id is equal to from int to food. I know it's not an sorry. Inventory.keysIndex because it's not an array, not the way it sees at least. It's not behaving like one, but there's no point in creating it. I guess you can create an inventory system with an oops wrong account. That's my name now. Alexander. It's alright. What is in the name? How do we get this? Dot keys. Food 3 cast the element to the child and separate them by checking for the end of the period. The cool thing about that string method is that you can even save stats really easily on that. So if you want to save somebody's game, you just create a text file and just have them saved as strings. And honestly, I would do that because that's a wicked method. Well, that's if you want to save games, but then you can also save dictionaries apparently. Not dictionaries, lists. I know you can save lists, I'm not too sure about dictionaries. Oh. Sorry, just like when I say nothing, more people start watching. Maybe that is YouTube's algorithm. The silent videos, I guess, is because ASMR's in. Inventory.try get value. No, that wouldn't. Oh, it's so far away. And then food key out and value. No, see this. No, that's. I'm sure there's heaps of stuff you can do with the dictionary, and because this is the other thing. How do you get rid of one of the keys? Maybe it's in there. Try clear. Oh no, that would clear the whole thing, doesn't it? Remove. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. See, it behaves like a list, but it's apparently not a list. See our options here. Contains key. Alright, so for this one, inventory.contains key, and for this one, I'm going to get an index for it. So we go. See, there's no point in going through it because you've got inventory.count. Why can't you just select one of the keys? Wait, you can? But I won't work. Can I apply indexing with .key collection? I know it's a damn dictionary. You know what? I'm just Googling it. That's one way, I guess. Hopefully this works. Inventory values dot to list. No. So you need another frickety dickety. Some calculations are specially distorted dictionary. This here, people, is diving into the deep end. You can use the link. Huh. No, I'm just going to do it to this one. And they do it from value d.key. Oh. Man, that's ridiculous. And now it's too hot. And now they've got the keys and they're just setting them, because all they're doing is going through the dictionary and these ones and turning them into lists. So what's the point in using a bloody dictionary in the first place? Talk about frustrating little tidbit. See the options and keys. Oh. Aggregate. Oh, good point. Okay. Thank you, Sir Pirelli. Look at these. Lots of stuff. Because you want to get the one. Pretty cool. I think I know what I want though. That's no 2 dot. No. You're working on a VR game right now. Oh, it's 10 times better than this shit I'm doing. Oh. Karma. The chicken sounds are a chicken. Relatively friendly chicken. And she walks inside all the time. And then poops all over the floor. Okay, this is getting boring. We're on a roll until this happened. I'm doing it my way. Scriptable object has a mount. Get rid of this. Get rid of inventory and index. Dot amount plus equals amt. Inventory dot add food. Inventory dot keys, is that right? No. It's equal to inventory I. There you go. Every time I refresh. Better. I'm sick of looking at all this food nonsense. Add item, remove item. Okay, index. So clicking on and slot handler, here we go. Actually, I'm gonna make it link it up to oh no, wrong one. Inventory handle. Then you want, it's gonna sound a bit silly. Oh, game object. I know it'll be this game object. So it would be no game object. The panel that you then put all the slots under, and on refresh we'll do the clear all the slots. Do the visual stuff, so void clear all slots. There we go. Void add slots. So we're going to do this first, then add them all back again. So clear all slots is going to take every child component. So panel dot get no, you can't do that. By the way, you know about the Game Maker Studio 2, but do you use it, or do you use it for simple games like for game jams? I've never used this. I used to use Game Maker ages ago. Not use it, just play around with. But that was about it. Because, you know, game jam stuff. Thank you. I just like a little monkey on this. Dot children. I just want all the children. Detached children. Sorry, just get child returns a transformed child by index. There you go. Allegedly subscription. Look, I've even got jazz. Sounds more painful than it really is. Gotta get your child count before you detach children. Right, so child count. Thank you. And BC, why not? Then we do 4, tab. As this in PC. Panel dot transform dot get child with the index of I and game object dot destroy. Yeah, happy? Do you want to destroy the children objects and store them in an array? All those, you don't need to store them in an array, yeah? Unless, well, because this is all happening in one frame. It's not like get component in child transform, maybe. You could do that. This looks simple. It's 3 lines. Well, it's 2 lines. Oh, 3 lines. It does sound. Do you want to destroy the children's objects? So we're going to go. We got the transform panel is going to be the parent, and then you also got the slot. Slot. No, public game object. Slot go. And we'll set that later. Add slots for B2. I guess you do 4 or 4 each. It would be nice to have the index number. Maybe we'll need it. I'm not too sure. Instantiate. Oh, no, that won't work. Sorry. So we need slot handler sh is equal to slot go transform dot parent is going to be panel dot transform. False. Is it because you cannot? Yeah, of course. Now we make it a game object then. Let's call it go. Go to problem is getting components with these ones, but yeah, it should be okay. Right, should be right. Get component is slot handler Actually, you don't need to do that because there's only a change. Oh no, actually, and then sh is equal to sh dot icon is equal to inventory I dot item icon. There you go. For the sprite, it shouldn't be doing it there, should it? Oh, because I've already added those stuff, so you can do change amount and change icon. Change icon to hi. The amount would be food item inventory underscore I dot amount. There you go. That won't work. You have to reverse the order. The order of what? Any tips for switching from 2D to 3D game dev? I would like the other way around because I've very rarely been working on 2D stuff recently. I kind of like my 3D. Doing another dimension is surprisingly not, well, it's not as difficult. Why do I have more people watching? I'm stuck on a problem. I'm like, why can't they do it when I was just zooming through? Refresh. I'm just going to go clear all slots. This is just makeshift. Is it really loud? Because I can mute away if it's that bad. Remove item. Food, and then you can do if we need the index here, and in food, get the index, and then we do the if inventory I dot amount greater than 1, would it be? Wait, why can't I use I there? Oh, in index, sorry, index. If it's greater than 1, but not equal to 1, sorry, greater than 1, then we'll negate it, and else we'll remove it from the list. If it's greater than 1, then we go inventory index dot amount is minus equal 1. Oh, wait a minute. Is minus equal amount. Sorry, if index dot amount minus AMT, if that is greater than or equal to equal to 1, that's right. Minus AMT, otherwise remove them. Oh no, not otherwise, because they may have too little. Dev. Whoa. Man. Do you have humor? Nah. Not as much as I hope. As I want. Inventory index dot amount minus equal AMT. 31. No. Yeah, I can do 3D modeling. Not great, but you bad YouTuber then. Thanks, man. No, I do. Like I said, if you want to see my 3D modeling, then maybe we'll do that another day. I can only do the sculpting though, and then retopology. It's like trying to do polygonal modeling is impossible. Is it worth learning low poly stuff? Again, I find it hard to do low poly stuff. I find it incredibly a lot better than to do the sculpting. It's a lot, yeah. But then you also use those, you know, like normal maps and stuff from your sculpts, so you can make it really high. Stop typing code and make a game. Ugh. Honestly, if we're doing visual scripting, this would probably be incredibly easy. But we're not. Should I open up Buildbox? Make a cheeky little game in Buildbox. Switch to Unreal and use blueprints. Oh! So just let me meditate. Figure it out. Zero minus amount. Hold up, I got it. 0, we minus the amount else. Inventory, and then we say, because if it is else, debug.log. just going to keep it in there. You don't have enough. And then underneath, we're going to do another if statement. We'll do if inventory dot index dot amount is less than or equal to. It should never be less than equal to 0. Then we destroy it. The remove inventory remove at, that should be right, index. Voila! That should all be right. Please help so I can procrastinate about your answer. Oh, right, use us as rubber ducks. Huh? Sorry, but if you can tell me how to become more motivated and beat my master's degree in procrastination that I joined a lot of game jams and finished a few. I get distracted by YouTube kitten videos. Don't ignore me, dude. Sorry, what? Prototype using visual scripting. Is there stream delay? Yeah, there should be a little bit. Do you play Minecraft? A bit. Please help so I can procrastinate about your answer. You're doing a master's in procrastination? I got my doctorate in procrastination. Remove that index. As far as I know, this should all work. Let's do some testies. So, I guess on start we want to refresh. On update, I'm just going to do get key down. Code dot q qwer, and then we'll just use this to test add item. Food, whatever food. Public food test food. There you go. Test food. So we press Q, add item, food. Oh, and then the amount will go just 1 for now. Remove item, test food, 1. Not if you press Q, that would be silly. So Q and W, and it refreshes when it comes to forward, and every time after you add or remove one. Okay, I don't know if refreshing it every time is a good move. Ah, inventory.add, then you refresh after you've added that, and this one, if you remove it in index, then you refresh, because that's when the icons are changing. Ooh, looks like we didn't need to use link in the first place. So for the best, prepare for the worst. Slot handler, inventory. And there's inventory handler there. Inventory there, sweet. And amounts. I don't know why we have amounts because we solved that problem. Slot game object. It's removing resources. And slot game object. And the test food shall be you lost viewers when you started doing stuff. Meh. Alright, so just gotta sit here and just... it's funny. Equal to Potato Games slash food. Is there another one you're supposed to do as well? No, that's the file name. No, that's the file name. This is the menu name. File name is equal to new food. I hope that works. Put that into resources. Potato Games. Food. New food. This shall be the onion. Important. ID 0. Item name. Onion. Item icon. Onion. Amount 0. Pleasantness. Cook timer is 15. Pleasantness 100. Now, test food is, there we go, Q and W. Oh, fuck. Why have you not refreshed? Oh. Clear all slots. Add scripts. Inventory handless. Yes. Object is not sent to the instance. Alright, 80. What is this? Gotcha. Oh dear lord. Oh, because it's disabled, is it? Can't remove rect transform because image script depends on it. Oh no, it's going for the child count for like all of them. What happened to the legs? They shriveled up, got lost. You don't consider the game object. Thank you. The child counts. Game object is penalty. Get child. Game object. Thank you. Thank you. You, sir, are a keen observer. Okay, so what was it? Q? Q? No. Q? Q? E, E, E. Okay, it's just not displaying the amounts for some reason. Sorry, this is my thinking face. Just take a short break. Vape break. It's from here. Yeah. Jesus. It's weird how just switching the scene actually, you know, does something. It makes you feel more relaxed, you know? Oh, goodness. Alright. Let's get out of here. Vape break. Vape break. Break. Sorry, I was just thinking about it, like, ooh. I was just thinking, why don't I vape in here? Because it's like, you know, the courtesy thing, you don't vape in a room with other people. But you guys can't smell it. Why should you care? That's Taylor's logic right there. Silly stuff. Well, we've been at it for 3 hours now. Other than just making vegetable sprites. Making games ain't easy, pal. Alright, let's get back into it. Back into it, and then Apex. No, maybe not Apex. What were we up to? No such name. No such name. December. So you want to refresh it, then you want to add, you got the add slots, the clear all slots, then the add slots, but that only happens when you add a new item in, because we also want to refresh every time we update the existing item. So whoever said that we needed to save the slot game objects in the correct index, we could just save that. Slot handler. Slot handlers. Oh. Slot handler. There we go. And then we can get all these slot handlers when we add the slot handler, sh, blah, blah, change icon, change amount, and then you want to go to no, you can't really do that, can you? Actually, we can do this in an array. An array of slot handlers. And you go handlers is equal to new, and then put inventory dot count there, so it's got the same amount, which will be 1. And then every time you do the refresh here, no. Game object group from the slot handler, and then you want to go, yeah, and then it would be sh. Oh no. Slot handlers I is going to be equal to sh, or lowercase s. And that's for that way they're all in the exact same order as that one. And then every time you add an amount or remove an amount, because or you could just refresh after every single one, but that's bad because then you need to running all the get components every time you tap. So only do it when these things are changing, bdouble log. But if the amount changes, we want to slot refresh. Public refresh, and then we go void slot refresh only and index. Will you keep the streams on? Yeah. Oh, hopefully that's the idea anyway. Does not sound pleasant. We may as well do long streams. Check for existing item. So do refresh, slot refresh. And the int will of course be index. Slot refresh. What's this? Index 2. I mean, after you're done, please keep the stream on the channel for learning. Oh, you mean like archiving it? I'm not too sure about that. I wanted to edit it out because like there's so much of this time you don't want to have like these massive 5-hour long videos. People gotta just filter through it, so it's like just every time I'm doing something, may as well, you know, keep that going. Do the old cut, slice, edit, repeat. Check for existing item. So we go to the slot, add slots, and it's here. And then we want to get slot refresh. And then on the handler, I'm going to do a change amount and change icon. No. Change amount. So int index. So slot handlers index dot change amount. Next amount is going to be equal to inventory dot index. No, inventory index dot amount. So that's only going to happen every time we're changing it. So now it should actually work. You should upload both edited and uncut. Alright, if you cut it and show the row with the code, I guess it works. The work, I'm guessing you mean work. You should upload both edited and uncut. We'll leave the uncut as like unlisted and we'll just have a link. What do you think? This should work. Oh, you go to cook. Then you go to Q. Boom. 2. Why is it on 2? 3. Down, down 1. 0 is down. Q. Hey! 2. Down, 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 down. And if it's a 0, delete. Booyah! Now, if we go to inventory handler under here, there should be a size every time I press it. So Q. Q, 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 Q. Even the slot handlers should all be in the right one as well. So yeah, our inventory works. I just need to make it so that all the items exist. This is going to be a tedious thing because now I need to just create Teddy Games food. Onion, what else do we have? Cabbage. Oh, there's another thing we didn't add. It was like a little name for the item on here. That's not good. So int ID is going to be 1 for that one. Item name would be cabbage. Item icon would, can I just browse for it? Yes I can. Amount 0, pleasantness is equal to 0. That would be because it was equal to 1 beforehand. And you see what I mean? Like when I say if you go to onions, the amount is already equal to 1, but it doesn't exist. So you need to reset that to 0 every single time. for all of it. We could, yeah, I don't know. Cook time, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to do the basics. Create 2 games, food. Cabbage, onion, carrot. This is that one, that will be equal to 2, item name, carrot. Amount stays at 0. Yes, and there's food. What else do we have? Fish? Bean. It's already plural. 3, item name, bean. Add. It's at 0. Oh. Item says this is 3 to 4. Item name would be blah blah blah. No fish. We'll do the fish one. 4 amount 0, and I need to rename you. Fish. Steak. Was it steak before it's cooked? Steak, that's 5. Tomatoes. 5, 6. Tomato. What was it? Egg. Egg, 7. Egg. And then sorry, this is taking so long. 8. Adding a pickle. And last one is potato. Yeah. Potato, food. Potato. 9. Item name is potatoes, eh? There we go. Hallelujah. Then we can add one of many, and if we go to the inventory panel, see for the test food, just peace of mind here. Slot, go, test food. Let's just array that. Save. Add item, test food, and we'll do random dot range between 0 and test food dot length. Random item between, oh no, sorry, test food random dot range. The removal is not actually going to work between 0 and test food dot length, but the addition is going to work perfectly. One can only hope. So now we should get a whole bunch of good stuff. Inventory size. No, it's not handling this. Test food. There it is. There's 10 of them. What if you can select them all? No. Okay. Drag and drop. Do 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 do. No potato. Now if we play the game, it will work. Poke. Cute. Random piece of meat. Cute. Tomato. Hey. Oh, another piece of meat. We've done it, boys. We've done it. And one carrot way down there in the corner. Actually, that means we need to have a scroll view. Or we just remove pickle. Oh, inventory works. I'm happy with that. Oh, it's still playing, hold up. Well, hey, we got something done. Ain't too bad. Hold on, I need to test out actually. If you try and remove something that doesn't exist, what happens? See, no error. Sometimes on a pickle. If it, okay, wait, hold it. If it doesn't exist, then you need to set the amount back to 0. So if adding an item in inventory.add food, inventory.add, which means amount must equal 0. Add must equal to 1. To add food and then refresh it. So that should all work because then it'll reset it back to 1 every time you add a new ingredient in. Or set it to the amount actually. That's better. See? Yeah, 1. There we go. Remove. To be honest, I think that's working great. 100% great. 100%. Done for the day? I think so. We have an inventory system. We have a horrible walking system around. I like it. I think we've done good stuff here. Oh, guys, we had a good run. Might start recording later, might not too sure. We'll see what happens. Thank you for tuning in. Keep up to date with the vegetables, and I guess we'll try and do a game jam or something. I don't know. We'll keep it entertaining for everyone. Anyway, I'd say I'd do another song, but last time's song did not work out well because the guitar wasn't in tune. Alright, thanks so much for joining, guys. See you later.